A huge celebration for some of Charlotte's most famous radio hosts. The Charlotte chapter of the National Black Radio Hall of Fame will hold its honors event tonight.
Some of the honorees include Grammy Award-winning artist Anthony Hamilton and radio trailblazer Chatty Hattie Leaper. Joining us this morning are two of the honorees for tonight's event and legends of Charlotte radio, Janine Davis of WBAV and BJ Murphy. Good morning to both of you. Thanks so much for getting up early to talk with us. Tell us about the Charlotte Black Radio Hall of Fame and the history behind it.
BJ, that's your cue.
Okay, all right. Well, National Black Radio Hall of Fame for the Charlotte chapter was initiated in 2022, and it was our way of commemorating some of the iconic, impactful radio personalities who've done things in this community. This is a great city. Some of the greatest radio personalities that in the country have come out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Janine is one of them. And so Miss Margaret Jones, who's the president, has done a wonderful, wonderful job of keeping this on the right track to acknowledge people who definitely have had an impact in the Charlotte community.
And looking back on your career, what moment or broadcast really stands out to you, and what are you most proud of?
Well, for me, it's been several. Everything from actually going to Jenna, Louisiana, when they had the Jenna 6. That was about, I think, in 2006. All the way up to just being able to sustain for 30 years in the market. I mean, I think I'm most proud of that because this is a very competitive business, as you guys know. And just being able to stay relevant and current and impactful, I think that speaks volumes.
Wonderful. Again, you spoke about the competitiveness of the market, but also the importance of radio. We know that over the years, I mean, decades, radio has been so important for so many people, and you're being honored for your work there. What does that significance mean to you?
It's awesome. I mean, you think about Black radio in particular, we are the go-to for folks in the community, whether it's politics, it's parties, or power in general. It means a lot. It's exciting to know that, you know, sometimes media gets such a bad rap, but to be acknowledged because of the work that you love doing speaks volumes. So I'm excited.
For people trying to get into radio, what advice, would you really give them? What's something that young people should know as they want to make a career out of this?
Don't do it. No, BJ, I'll let you take that one.
Well, I mean, I've always had a dream of being on the radio. When I was 15 years old, I knew this is what I wanted to do. And I tell everybody since when I left my mother and father's house in 1983, I went to Shaw University. I've been on this course for 40-some years doing radio. I've always done what I wanted to do. Yeah. And I would say follow your dreams. There's a lot of opportunity out there with the digital space. There's a lot of evolution going on, and you could be one of those people who's a trailblazer, like we were back in the early 80s and 90s. And here Janine is now being recognized. I know her family is extremely excited because I think, Janine, I can speak for you, that you probably never thought of being in some kind of a Hall of Fame. You just did it because of the love, right?
Right, the love of radio. And quite honestly, I never thought I would be here at all because starting out as a 5-year-old kindergarten dropout, okay, I was scared to be around people. I didn't want to talk to people. I just wanted to be around my mom and my grandma. So to come full circle and see, wow, when God has a plan for you, he has a plan. And so it's something that I absolutely love. And I think, BJ, you kind of touched on this. Do something you really love. Pour into it. And don't worry about the money, because we all are concerned about that. A lot of the Gen Xers are, but Gen Zers, what am I? A Gen X? I don't know. Anyway, the younger folks really care about the money, but you can't get caught up in that. It has to be something you really love. So how do you stay in something for 30 years and not love it? So,
right.
So here's a quick question for both of you. Again, you're great that you're living your purpose. You're doing the job that you want to do. You've always wanted to do something you love. Is there any person you'd like to interview or any event you'd like to cover as radio host that you haven't done in all your decades? What's on your bucket list for interviews?
Well, everybody wants to interview Oprah for sure. But my dream team would be, honestly, or my dream show, if you will, would be my doing a 3-hour podcast.
Wow.
In my studio in Aruba.
In Aruba,
Oh,
okay.
wow.
All right.
Yes.
BJ, what about you? That sounds great.
I do that too.
I would like to get all these honorees tonight in a room, because the Charlotte radio story needs to be told. Like, you think about the posthumous awards with Barbara Taylor and Nate Quick,
Yeah.
great Skip Murphy, Eddie Owens, Cheryl Patterson, Marvin Ross, Beatrice Thompson.
Yes.
This illustrious, this is probably, I don't think you could top this entry into the Black Radio Hall of Fame in Charlotte. Dr. Stale Alexander, Debbie Quay, Todd Haygood, Margaret Jones, Mickey Watson. These are all our contemporaries. This is like the heyday of Black radio in Charlotte induction ceremony, you know? So I would like to get everybody in a room and tell the story, Janine, about, Charlotte and how it's evolved and the people that we train that are on the radio today.
No. That would be a great interview. And you would interview us.
Oh, of course I would, yes. Absolutely.
Naturally.
Okay.
And tonight's event is certainly going to be, with all those people in the room, 18 honorees. It's going to be a who's who event. I'm sure it's great to see people who you've worked with, those who you look up to, who inspired you to do exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's going to be like a reunion, honestly, because some of these folks, even though we're all in the same city, we never really get to see each other and have conversation. So I'm excited about that, too.
Right.
Wonderful.
And I'm going to tell you, if there was a radio station invented today that you could put in Charlotte, where you could have all these iconic radio personalities on one radio station, it would be wildly successful and impactful. So hats off to everybody who's made a contribution. Janine, hats off to you. Salute you.
Thank you.
One of the most professional, strategic, and sometimes annoying radio personality.
Hello, excuse me. You know we're lying, BJ.
Just kidding. But Janine is powerful, and she deserves this award. I'm so happy that she's receiving this, and hats off to you, Janine. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank
Wonderful.
Awesome.
Janine Davis of WBAV and BJ Murphy, just two of the honorees for the event happening tonight. The Charlotte chapter of the National Black Radio Hall of Fame holding its honors event tonight. Congratulations again to both of you. I know it's going to be a fun evening.
Yes.
Exciting.
Thank you
We'll
so
have to
much
give
for
you a recap.
joining us.
All right.
Thank you so much for having us. Appreciate it.